This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and our home team.
Let's go, let's go! Blue 18. Mike 5-4. You can't block me. You can't block me.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Watch the run. Exit. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Here we go. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Watch QB draw. Switch. One.
Another try after the first down sack. Mariota. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Steps away to his left. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
At their own 22-yard line.
Got it. 52. Block 52. 52's the mic. Hey, here I come. 52's the mic right here, over there, right?
On 1st and 10, Cummings. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Mariota. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mariota being chased out left. He'll try and run it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Hey, watch that.
Operating from the gun. Whoa. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Hard. Safety's creeping. Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Cummings. And this is incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And now it's second down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Ready. 50, plant.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Turn too soft. It's a party now.
From the gun, Cummings. He's going to rifle one deep left side. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Play fake. Mariota. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mariota. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. Play action now, Mariota. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice?
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Derwin James with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Following the interception here, Mariota. And that is incomplete. On first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. Now a draw play to McCaffrey, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. And this is going to miss left. I don't think it even got there either. It's no good either way, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Throwing is Mariota. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively. Nothing on the score. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone, and they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Mariota now. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Mariota. That's caught by Ware. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. On 4th down, Anthony Lynn says, let's go for 3. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right.
And now here is another interception. Trevor Williams with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Charger TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Cummings. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He completes it to Evans. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Back two, the Mike. Mike back two. Here we go, D.
From the gun, Cummings. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Hey.
Ready. On 4th down, Cummings. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mariota.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. To throw, Mariota. Going deep downfield for Roll. This is intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Let's go, fellas.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Cummings. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. It's Coleman here. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Hey, stand off. Step.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
From the gun, Cummings. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. From the right hash here. Should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The first update from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. The Charger drive about to get going. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Mariota now, 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey. And he spins through. And a solid run down inside the 30. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the 29, Mariota. He's got it to Williams. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch
out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Get it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Jerry Tillery busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Just like that. Just like that.
49, check 49, check 49.
Check, 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 check.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And picked up by the Chargers. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. You've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. First down, Mariota. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. John Ross. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Throwing again. Cummings. Space to maneuver at the 40. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. This quarterback now just 5 of 16 throwing the ball, but he's got a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Cummings. That's caught. It's Coleman. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Where's 52?
On 1st down, Cummings. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Cummings. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
A gain of 12.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, Cummings. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
Protein spill. Smooth. Hit it.
Throwing again. Cummings. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 19.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Brooke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Right here. Coming to you, coming to you.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3.
And the pressure gets to him again. Joey Bosa dropping him for the 2nd straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Leo.
Shift, watch the shift.
Operating from the gun. Cummings airing this one out for Evans. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, is it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They go play action. Mariota going deep downfield for Ross. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball. Let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Watch screen.
2nd and 9 now. And the catch made by Hopkins. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Down. 50, plant.
What we got? Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
Go.
On first and 10, Cummings. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Hey, exit.
52. Not today.
Second and 6. This one complete to Coleman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing on first down. Cummings. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And picked up by the Chargers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. On play action, Mariota. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cleveland Farrell. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Chargers on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is third down and 12. Off the play fake, Mariota. Out to his left. He may try and run for this. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
Now, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from the 35. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Chargers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's third and 2. They stay on the ground, McCaffrey again. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. Now Mariota. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Coleman on the draw. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Off play action. Cummings. It's hauled in by Ellington. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On first down, Cummings. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Mariota. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
All day, every day. Right there, 54, right there. 54, Mike. Watch the pass. Shoot. Slam.
Throwing here, Mariota. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack on first down, Mariota, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Mariota to throw it. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
It's 4th down.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good.